All right, so get ready for a deep dive into the world of, well, iguanas. I know you're fascinated by unusual animal migrations, and this one is a real head-scratcher. We're talking about the Fijian iguana.
Brachylophus vitiensis.
Brachylophus vitiensis for the science fans out there, and how on earth these guys ended up on a remote island chain in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah.
They're typically found in the Americas, so what gives?
It's a question that had scientists stumped for quite a while. They had two main theories. Either the iguanas hitched a ride from the Americas, or they somehow migrated from Asia or Australia.
Thousands of miles across the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely intrigued. How did they even start to unravel this mystery?
Well, they went full-on detective mode. They analyzed DNA from over 200 different iguana species, comparing specific genetic markers and looking for the closest relatives.
So it was a CSI iguana edition. What did the DNA reveal?
The results were pretty wild.
Okay.
They found that the Fijian iguana's closest relative is actually the desert iguana, Dipsosaurus dorsalis from North America.
No way. That's a ridiculously long journey. We're talking over 8,000 kilometers across the Pacific Ocean. Did they seriously just, drift on a log or something?
That's the leading theory, yes.
Okay.
It's called the rafting hypothesis, and it essentially suggests that a group of iguanas hitched a ride on some vegetation that got swept out to sea, maybe during a storm.
Hold on. So they're basically saying these iguanas were accidental tourists?
Accidental, but incredibly successful tourists. Keep in mind, this epic voyage probably happened around 31 to 34 million years ago.
Wow.
And while it sounds crazy, there's evidence of other species making similar long-distance journeys by raft. Trapdoor spiders, for example, have been known to travel incredible distances this way.
Okay. I'm starting to see how it's possible, but 34 million years ago, the Earth looked completely different back then, right?
Yeah.
Did they manage to figure out the exact route these iguana castaways took?
Unfortunately, that's where things get a little murky. Many of the islands that might have existed back then are long gone. It's like trying to retrace a road trip with no map and only half the photos. We can make educated guesses, but pinpointing the exact route is nearly impossible.
All right, so we might not have the full travel itinerary, but what made iguanas so uniquely suited to pull off this incredible feat? What gave them the edge as castaways?
That's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. A few things probably worked in their favor. First, their diet. They're herbivores, so they could munch on the vegetation they were rafting on. Second, they can enter a low-energy state and survive without food for a while, which would be crucial on a long journey.
That's a handy trick, especially if your grocery delivery is delayed a few million years.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's their tolerance to heat and dehydration.
Yeah.
Essential for surviving on the open ocean. It's also worth noting that a lot of modern iguana species are island dwellers, and some have even been observed colonizing new islands via rafts in recent times. So in a way, these ancient iguanas were just doing what iguanas do best.
So are we saying iguanas are basically expert island hoppers? That changes things.
It definitely challenges our perceptions of what these seemingly laid-back lizards are capable of. This whole discovery forces us to reconsider how animals might have spread across the globe, and it opens up a whole new chapter in understanding evolution.
Well, I am officially hooked on this iguana odyssey. We'll be back in just a moment to dive deeper into what this discovery means for the bigger picture of evolution and what it tells us about the incredible resilience of life on Earth. All right, so we've established that iguanas are way more adventurous than they look. But this whole rafting idea, it's not just about a few lucky lizards hitching a ride, right? It actually shakes up what we thought we knew about how animals spread across the planet.
Yeah, you're actually right. For a long time, scientists believed that land bridges played the main role in animal migration. But the iguana story, it suggests that rafting, even over extremely long distances, might be more common than we realized. It really throws a wrench in our understanding of biogeography.
Biogeography.
Which is essentially the study of how life is distributed across the globe.
So these tiny castaways could rewrite the textbooks on animal migration. That's pretty mind-blowing.
It really highlights how much we still have to learn about the history of life on Earth. We have to stay open to new possibilities, even those that seem incredibly unlikely at first. Think about it. These little lizards, braving storms and starvation, drifting for thousands of miles. It's like something out of an adventure movie.
It's a great reminder that nature is full of surprises. And it makes you wonder if iguanas could pull this off. What about other animals? Could this rafting phenomenon explain how other species ended up in seemingly impossible locations?
That's a question that's keeping scientists busy. There's growing evidence that rafting might have played a role in the distribution of other reptiles and amphibians, maybe even some mammals. Some researchers believe that monkeys might have rafted from Africa to South America millions of years ago,
Monkeys.
which would explain their presence in both continents.
Monkeys on a raft. Now that's an image I wasn't expecting. But honestly, the more we uncover about the past, the more I realize just how little we actually know.
It's humbling, isn't it? But it's also incredibly exciting. The iguana story also underscores a crucial point. Life on our planet is interconnected in ways we might not even imagine. These iguanas traveling from North America to Fiji millions of years ago, it shows how events in one corner of the world can ripple across the globe.
We really are all part of one big, messy, and incredibly fascinating ecosystem. But I have to admit, I'm still stuck on the logistics of this whole rafting thing. What are the chances of a group of iguanas actually surviving such a long and dangerous journey? It seems incredibly unlikely.
It's definitely not a cruise ship vacation.
Yeah.
But remember, we're talking about millions of years and probably countless rafting events, most of which probably didn't end well. But all it takes is one successful voyage to establish a new population. It's like winning the lottery. The odds are slim for any individual ticket, but eventually someone hits the jackpot.
So a combination of incredible luck, a hearty dose of resilience, and a whole lot of time, it really puts things in perspective.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that evolution isn't working towards a specific goal. These iguanas didn't set off with a map and a compass, determined to reach Fiji. It was a series of random events that, over an incredibly long period, resulted in this remarkable outcome.
It's like a giant natural experiment playing out over millions of years. Only the toughest, most adaptable iguanas would have made it. And their descendants are still thriving in Fiji today.
Right, and their very existence is a testament to the power of natural selection and the remarkable journeys life on Earth has taken.
You know, hearing all of this is making me want to plan a tropical vacation, although I might skip the whole rafting part.
Probably a wise choice. But before you book that flight, there's another crucial angle to consider. This discovery isn't just about the distant past. It has significant implications for the present, especially when it comes to conservation efforts.
That's a great point. This isn't just a fascinating story. It has real-world consequences for these incredible creatures. What does this research tell us about protecting the Fijian iguana? So we've got these intrepid iguana explorers who made this epic journey millions of years ago, but now they're facing threats in the modern world. That seems a little unfair.
It is a bit of a tough break. The Fijian iguana is actually classified as critically endangered.
Oh, wow.
Habitat loss and invasive species are taking a toll on their population.
It's a stark reminder that even though evolution works on these massive timescales, what we do right now can have a huge impact on the survival of these species. So how do we protect these remarkable survivors? We can't exactly rewind the clock and send them back to a less threatened time, right?
No time machines yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there are things we can do. Conservation efforts are focusing on a few key areas. Protecting their remaining habitat is crucial, which means addressing deforestation and development pressures. Then there's controlling those invasive species that are disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. And finally, breeding programs are playing a vital role in boosting their numbers and increasing genetic diversity.
It sounds like a multi-pronged approach, but it makes sense. We've got to tackle the problem from all sides if we want to give these iguanas a fighting chance.
Absolutely.
Right.
Their story is a powerful reminder that conservation isn't just about saving individual species. It's about safeguarding entire ecosystems. The iguana survival is intertwined with the health of the Fijian forests, and those forests, in turn, provide countless benefits to other species and to people. It's a delicate web of interdependence.
It really drives home the message that we're all connected in this intricate web of life. So as we wrap up our iguana odyssey, what's the biggest takeaway for you? What stands out from this whole incredible story?
For me, it reinforces just how much wonder and mystery are packed into the natural world. You know, we're constantly making new discoveries, challenging old assumptions, and finding these stories that seem almost too incredible to be true. These iguanas clinging to a raft for thousands of miles, it's a testament to the sheer resilience of life and its ability to adapt and overcome seemingly impossible odds.
It makes you look at iguanas and really all wildlife with a newfound respect, doesn't it? They're not just passive creatures, they're active participants in this grand evolutionary story that's still unfolding. And who knows what other amazing animal migrations are out there just waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. There are countless mysteries hidden within the natural world, and each one has the potential to reshape our understanding of life on Earth.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired to keep exploring, keep learning, and maybe even uncover a few of those mysteries myself. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll be the one sharing a story just as wild and improbable as the Fijian iguana's epic journey.
That's the beauty of science and exploration, isn't it? There's always something new to discover. So keep asking questions, keep that curiosity alive, and you never know what incredible journeys you'll encounter along the way.